Alright, so before the gameplay, I'm going to give a quick review of Far Cry's new DLC, Hours of Darkness. Of course, I wish we could have got a DLC that was related to the main game, but for obvious reasons, we can't have that. But I'll say this was a solid first entry. I didn't have any technical glitches or bugs. It was short and sweet. I beat it and did all the objectives in about 4 hours. The DLC was a little more serious with the Vietnam theme, so I expected a more in-depth story, more drama and emotion. But it was pretty light and straightforward. The gameplay is pretty much the same as the main game with some twists. There's a new perk system that promotes stealth. Every stealth kill earns you a new perk, and they can really help when they add up. I'll get more into them later. In the game, there's only a few mission types in the game, so by the end of the DLC, I was getting kind of bored with it. You're basically rescuing POWs and destroying enemy camps as you make your way to the extraction point. After beating the DLC, you unlock 2 new modes. You get Survivor mode, which is just a harder version, and then you get an Action Hero mode, which gives you unlimited airstrikes, and then it gives you another weapon slot. So that's just my quick rundown of the game. Like I said, it was short and sweet. It was a good first entry. Hopefully the next 2 DLCs are a little bit better, more story, a little bit more fun. But that's it for my review. I'm just going to go into the gameplay, and then I'll shut up for the cutscenes. Alright, bye.
In war, you don't always get to choose who lives and who dies. All you can do is stand with your brothers, come hell or high water. And if you're lucky, everyone makes it out alive. I had a good crew, one of the best. We were brothers.
2 miles out, hold your fire. Gunship suppressing the LZ.
Fucking Chavez. That guy was a live wire. Had a choice between jail or the army, and the stupid fuck picked the army.
Quit reading, Yoko. You're missing the war. War's already over, Chavez.
30 seconds, LZ's hot.
Oh, Lord. You bless this man.
Hey, signal for me too, Moses. Pray I don't accidentally shoot Yoko.
We'll flat all the asses. Yeah, you'll need divine intervention on that one, brother.
Look sharp, men. Here we go.
Python 2-5, check the fire from the tree line, 1 o'clock.
My job was to ride shotgun. That's why they called me
Cowboy! Light those bricks up!
Watch it, they got a 50 caliber down there.
It's an ambush! Aboard! Aboard! Python 2-5, we're going down!
In war, you stand with your brothers, come hell or high water. And if you're lucky, everyone makes it out alive.
Where you go to? What is your mission?
James Kenneth, Sergeant U.S. Army, serial number Romeo Alpha 46.
No! Tell me or you die!
James Kenneth, Sergeant U.S. Army, serial...
Tell me now!
Sarge, do me a favor, cowboy.
Sarge! Dân lệnh đây! Tiếp theo là mày!
I'm very sorry. Your friend sorry.
Tại sao chúng tôi là giữ tư nhân?
How in the hell are we
Chúng ta
gonna
không
get
có
out of
thời
here?
gian chuyển vỏ băng này.
Chúng ta lên làm gì với cái xác của nó?
Hãy kéo não vào gần.
Do you know what they're
Để báo
saying
ông thật
now?
nó.
Anh đi mà làm.
There is a big panther in the area.
Người ta xử tên cướp.
They want to drag your friend into the jungle and leave him.
Kéo nó đến đây.
I'm sorry.
Anh đi mà giải quyết cái xác dơ giấy của nó đi.
Nhưng anh biết không, tôi sẽ để nó ở đây. Tối nay thì báo sẽ đến ăn thịt nó. Đủ lời.
Nói nữa rồi đây. Hãy xem coi trực thăng đã ngưng cháy chưa.
Your helicopter is close
Ta
by.
sẽ xử nó sao?
It was burning
Có lẽ
too much
nó sẽ
when
đến.
they found
Ta
you.
cho nó đi. Xong
Now,
ta bỏ đi.
don't
Coi chừng!
Fighters! They're ours!
Chúng nó đang tấn công mà.
Tôi không biết. Chúng ta rồi. Chúng có nhìn thấy chúng ta không?
Tôi không nghĩ như vậy đâu. Chúng đang đi tìm kiếm.
Oh shit!
Fire đó không? Trả lời radio đi. Tôi đang trên đường tới đây.
Oh, shit. These guys just give up.
Alright, and away we go. Just like in the main game, I remember when we had to run away from the Peggies in the beginning. This is what that reminded me of here. So you just run away from the helicopter, try to avoid the fire. The guy didn't. And eventually it'll clear up, and then you're going to run into some enemies that you have to sneak up on, and then they're going to go into the new perk system. Like I said, this game really promotes the stealth system. If you get, like, I think it's there's 4 different perks, and every stealth kill you get earns you a new perk. So when they add up to all 4, it can really help you, especially when you're going through the underground little bunkers in the tunnels. You'll be able to see the enemies through the walls, and they won't surprise you. So got away. And another thing is the binoculars. They help out a lot. You wouldn't think so in the jungle, but if you just scan the area real quick, it'll unlock enemy locations, and they'll be highlighted in red, which is good because they can sneak up on you real easy. There's a lot of random patrols that go around, like 2- and 3-man patrols that you gotta watch out for. I think I tried to survival instinct. So you perform silent kills with the melee attacks or silent weapons to gain survival instinct perks, and these perks facilitate stealth actions. And as long as you stay undetected, you'll keep them. But if you do get detected, they'll all go away. But they're not that hard to get. You could just do 4 quick stealth takedowns and you get them all back. So you got the Adrenaline, the Ghost, Sixth Sense, and the Predator. They're all pretty legit perks. It's definitely worth having. Especially the Sixth Sense perk. Just know where people are. I attempted to pull out my binoculars there, but I forgot the controls and I hit down and I threw a rock. Luckily this guy didn't see me though. I haven't played this game, I don't know, like maybe a month. So I kind of remembered the controls, but it was a little off. Takedowns in this game, I feel like they were, as long as you're crouching, they won't see you, unless you're right in front of them. But once you start running around in the jungle, like, they see you instantly. Like I was trying to, like, people that were far away, I started running, and then all of a sudden, everybody's shooting at me. So just take your time and always be crouching and watching out for enemies. So right there, with 2 kills, I got the 2 perks. And then after you kill these guys and pick up that little cargo, that unlocks the world map. And then you can see a nice little chunk of area you got to work with. But it's not as big as it looks because you're basically, there's mountains and you're getting pushed through a river valley. So you don't really have all that area to explore because you got to follow the river down through where it takes you to the extraction point at the end of the game, like I was talking about earlier.
I'm coming to you. Python 2-5 out.
So as you go through, you're gonna take out these bases just for co-op, and there's going to be down pilots. You could pick up their Zippos, just like in the main game when you help out. I forget this guy's name, but when you help him out in the main game, he gives you that side mission to collect the Zippos. I guess this is where he got them. This is like the prequel. And as you go, you can get intel. So when you take out camps or you rescue POWs, they give you intel, which is just like when you talk to people in the main game, they would say, hey, there's the base over here. It'll become unlocked on your map, so you know where to go. That makes it a lot easier when you're running around, because then you can just go straight there. You don't have to explore too much. And then for the pilots, when you find the big white parachute, the pilot's body is usually right there, because when I first seen it, I was looking all around and I didn't realize the guy was sitting right there. Then you can pick up the Zippo. The first one, there's going to be enemies around, so it's pretty obvious, but the other ones, just search the immediate area around the parachute, and then you should find the Zippo really easy. It's not that hard. I might make a video, but I don't think it would be necessary, because it's not that hard. So right now I'm just following the terrain where the game's taking me. It's going to take me to the camp. I'm gonna use the airstrikes here up here. I think they just dropped napalm, so it wasn't really that great. But the bombs get better as you go through. But the another important thing is when you're going through, you have to take out the AA gunners in the area, or you won't be able to use the airstrikes. The airstrikes, I didn't use them too much until the very end. At the very end, you have to defend a position before you get extracted, and it's pretty hard because they fly in helicopters, and you're trying to overrun your position. So having air support was really helpful for that. That guy should have saw me, but he didn't. So I might make a video for the ending just to show you how I did it. You pretty much want to stay inside because of the helicopters, and then defend your position until everybody's dead. All the enemies are dead. But this is just a random camp, and there's a bunch of notes around the game that you can find, just kind of add to the little story that there is, that are not really that important to pick up. Some of them, if you go down in the bunkers, the notes that you find, they'll have locations of the propaganda speakers. I think there's like 8 of them. It'll be some Vietnamese lady just yelling over a speaker, and then if you destroy them, it's part of the checkpoints, or part of the side missions that you can do, and you want to get all 8 of them. So usually when you go down into the tunnels, there's a paper saying that gives you a location, just like the cult shrines in the main game. But yeah, I'm just making my way to this camp. Like I said, I'm going to use the airstrikes, but it didn't kill the guys right away because it was napalm, and they just burned them up pretty good though, and destroyed some buildings. But you got to be careful when using airstrikes. You don't want to kill any. There's 3 main American POWs, and if you go to a base that has them, if you drop a bomb on it, you might kill one of them, and it says if you kill one of them, they don't come back. So if you do that by accident, I would recommend just dying, and then hopefully they respawn you before you kill them. Yeah, and whenever you're going up to a base, always use the binoculars. Help you just to know where everybody's at. Makes it 10 times easier, because in the woods, in the jungle there, they could be right next to you and you wouldn't see them. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to drop bombs here. But it's pretty much my rundown of the game. Like I said, it's pretty straightforward. There's not a lot of new features, except for like the perk system and the airstrikes. And like I said, story-wise, it wasn't much. You're just rescuing POWs as you go through. But if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'm just going to let this run out. I pretty much just kill these guys and then search this little area for the ammo left over. But I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Python 2-5, I've neutralized an enemy camp.